Hi there. My name is Marcella Bell, and I have the great fortune to write romance for Harlequin Books. I write for the Harlequin Presents line, which delivers fairy tale esque, high fantasy, contemporary romance in exotic, fantastic locations and bite sized bits. And I also write for the HQN imprint. The Wildest Ride is my book that leads a little more women's fiction. It's a little longer, but definitely huge, powerful romantic through lines because I love romance. And like most romance authors, I got my start first as a reader. And every romance reader has their own story of how they got into the genre, though there are some common threads that you're going to hear. So my story includes one of those. I was introduced to romance through first finding romance that older women in my life had. And in my case, that older woman was my mom. So the first romance I ever picked up was by Rosemary Rogers. Unfortunately, I don't remember the title. And the reason for that is because I actually only read about like the first 10 pages or so. I was hiding in my mom's room, and in what even to this day still kind of feels like a clandestine moment, I discovered this genre that I had no idea existed. Up until this point, I didn't know you could even write books with a relationship front and center and in the driver of the plot. And nor did I know that you could write things so sensational and even spicy. And so when I heard my mom coming, I got nervous thinking I was doing something wrong and dropped the book and ran out of her room. And I didn't pick up another romance again until probably about a year later when I was participating in Take Your Child to Work Day with her. So Take Your Child to Work Day is this thing where students get to go to work with their parents. They get to kind of have a chance to see what life is like and how different the real world is from school life. It can be fun, but it can also be kind of boring. And so after I had stapled a bunch of papers together and used the hole puncher and just like otherwise abused and ransacked the office supplies, I rummaged through my mom's purse and lo and behold, she had a copy of Joanna Lindsey's A Pirate's Love. I, this time, got to read more than a few pages. I read the first few chapters and I was hooked. I wanted more. I was like, what is this? It is fantastic. And so I went to my local library and I actually attempted to check out A Pirate's Love so I could finish it. But my library that time, did not have a copy of A Pirate's Love in stock. Instead, they had Say You Love Me. So the first romance that I ever read from cover to cover was Say You Love Me by Joanna Lindsey. And normally, I'm the kind of reader that likes to start at the beginning of a series. But as I didn't know what was going on, didn't know what I was doing, I was just trying to jump in, I got Say You Love Me, which is actually the fifth book in Joanna Lindsey's Mallory family series. And like the Bridgerton series of huge fame now, the Mallorys series follows a large family in the Regency era that is very often not towing the line in terms of proper behavior and the expectations of society at the time. And it's a fantastic saga. The family is wonderful. They're lovable. And Say You Love Me to this day remains in my top three. That's a little bit controversial even because a lot of them are more popular. But because Say You Love Me is my first, it will always have a special place in my heart. Others I love in the Mallory family saga are The Tender Rebel and Gentle Rogue, two of the most dynamic brothers that you will ever meet in romance fiction, and two of the most memorable heroines that you will ever meet in romance fiction. And to this day, the themes and things that I got out of Joanna Lindsey's work are influence and inspire my work and what I do and what I try to offer readers. She offered me heroines that were brave and dynamic and not afraid to take their destinies in hand, and heroes that even when they had a lot to learn, which some of them had a lot to learn, they still learned how to use their incredible power to support the women they loved and the women who demanded they be better too. And that's still to this day what I offer. You will still see me exploring with and playing with the same tropes of women doing men's work, of secret princesses or secret queens, of people just really having these wonderful, dynamic, exciting adventures that are over the top and wonderful because of that. The fact that romance carries you away, inspires you, and just makes your heart soar is what I love about it. That's what Joanna Lindsey gave to me, and that's what I try to offer to my readers today. I hope you enjoyed my story of how I got into the romance genre, and I would love to hear more about how you did too. Thanks. Bye.